There are 10 sweet lies that women will tell you when they are using you. High-value men should be aware of them. Sometimes the nicest lies are the most dangerous. Anonymity in relationships today can be full of half-truths and hidden goals. In this episode of Stoic Diary, we'll show you the 7 sweet lies a woman might tell you when she's just playing a part. These aren't just pretty words. They're calculated moves meant to make you fall in love with her and stay with her. Join us as we reveal these lies. Think about your own life and how being able to see through these lies can give you the power to regain your worth. Have you ever fallen for these tricks? Let's talk about them in the comments, and we'll find a way to respect ourselves fully. Number 1. Compliment. I love our conversations. I just want you to be happy may sound like a sincere statement of care, but if you notice that she uses this phrase a lot to defend her actions or requests, it could be a sign that she's taking advantage of you. She might say that everything she does is for your benefit, but in reality, she's using your emotions to make you feel like you have to do what she wants. As a high-value man, it's important to know when someone is using your goodwill for their own gain. Stoic life lessons teach us how to stay true to our values and not let emotions get in the way. In these situations, you should ask yourself, does she really care about your happiness, or is she using it as a way to get what she wants? Imagine you're in a relationship with someone who always reminds you that she only wants what's best for you. At first, it might seem like she's caring about you, but over time you realize that her concern is always about getting what she wants. It's as if your happiness is a bargaining chip that she can use to tip the scales in her favor. This happens all too often in modern relationships, where one partner may control the other by appealing to their sense of responsibility and care. Let's look at an example from real life. Think about a man who always does what his partner wants because he thinks she's doing what's best for him. She asks for favors, expects him to put her needs first, and says, "I'm doing this for us, for you." But in reality, her actions make him give up his own needs and wants, and over time he starts to feel drained and unappreciated. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoicism teaches us to be aware of our own needs and make sure that our actions are in line with our values, not someone else's plans. It's important to know when someone is trying to control your feelings and to stick to your beliefs. Have you ever felt like you had to do something because someone else told you it was the right thing to do for them? How did that make you feel? Did it make you feel better, or used and undervalued? These are very important questions that every man of value should ask himself. A real partner will respect your limits, help you grow, and care about your happiness without expecting anything in return. The lesson here is clear. Don't expect anything in return. No one should be able to use your happiness to get what they want. Important men know how important it is for relationships to be balanced, so that both people contribute equally to the health and happiness of the other person. Stoic life lessons teach us to stick to our values and be wary of people who might take advantage of our kindness and care. By remembering what's important to you and being able to spot manipulation when it happens, you can handle relationships with strength and clarity, making sure that no one else's happiness is sacrificed for your own. What is Stoicism, if not the ability to stay true to yourself and keep your peace even when things get hard? Be careful with sweet words, my friend. I don't trust nice words. Number 2, compliments about your appearance and qualities. It's important to follow your gut when a woman tells you, "I love you," even if you think something is wrong. Genuine love is a strong emotion, but it can also be used to control someone if it's spoken in sincere. Sometimes those 3 words are said out of convenience, manipulation, or even guilt. It's important to remember that not every hesitant "I love you" means that she's using you. Sometimes she might say it because she feels pressured, like if you said it first, she feels like she has to reciprocate, even if her feelings haven't fully grown up yet. In these cases, she hopes that her words will catch up with her feelings over time, and she'll truly feel the depth of love she expressed. This situation isn't about lying, it's about figuring out how to handle the complicated parts of growing affection. But when "I love you" is used as a weapon, instead of an expression of genuine feeling, Stoic knowledge is very important to keep in mind. Stoicism, the idea that we should stay calm, logical and aware, is especially helpful when it comes to matters of the heart. If she tells you she loves you when she really wants something from you, like money, status, or just your full attention, you should take a step back and think about it logically. This isn't love, it's manipulation. It's important to catch these signs early on to protect your mental health. Think about the story of a man who was deeply in love with a woman who seemed perfect on the outside. She often told him she loved him, but her actions never matched her words. She would often ask for money, favors, or special treatment. Over time, she kept telling him she loved him, but after each statement of love, she would always ask for something. Thinking about Stoic principles, he understood that love is more than just words. It's actions as well. True love wants the other person to be happy and healthy, without expecting anything in return. He eventually realized that she wasn't interested in him for who he was, but for what he could give her. This realization was painful, but it also set him free emotionally and mentally. Today, Stoicism tells us to think about the things we can control, like how we react, what we think, and what we do. If her "I love you" is always followed by demands, or if you feel like she's always expecting something from you, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Ask yourself, when she says "I love you," do you feel calm or does something feel off? Do her words match her actions, or do you question her intentions? You are the only one who can answer these important questions, but you need to do so for your mental health. Stoics believe that the key to happiness is not avoiding relationships, but building ones based on mutual respect, honesty, and true affection. Love should bring happiness, not stress or confusion. Finally, although "I love you" is a beautiful phrase to hear, it's important to think about the situation and the person who is saying it. Words alone aren't enough. Deeds must also show true love and respect. It's easy to learn from this. Don't let nice words make you less smart. Think about how she treats you as well as what she says. Stoicism tells us to value our own peace and happiness. Number 3. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Start with a story or situation from your own life that shows how someone might say, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me." Someone, a friend, or even a big change in your life could be the subject of this story. Explain how this phrase shows deep gratitude and recognition for how someone has made your life better. Figuring out the phrase. Explain what the phrase means by saying that it shows the deepest thanks and affection. It means that the person being talked to has made the speaker's life very valuable and happy. Give examples of how this phrase can be used in different types of relationships, such as friendships, family ties, and romantic ones. Effects on emotions. Affirmation. Talk about how hearing this kind of statement can boost your self-esteem and make your relationships stronger. Thanks. Stress how important it is to show thanks and how it makes both the giver and the receiver feel better. Examples in a range of situations. In a romantic relationship, give an example of how this feeling could be expressed to a partner who has been very helpful. Relationships. Explain how a friend could use this term to say how much they value their friendship and support. Talk about how this can be used to show gratitude to family members who have been a big source of love and support. Thanks for the support. How to make it clear. Give tips on how to show appreciation in a meaningful way, such as by writing a heartfelt note, talking about how you feel, or doing something to show your appreciation. Timing. Stress how important it is to say these things at the right time to make them more relevant. How positive affirmations can help you building stronger connections. Talk about how affirmations and showing gratitude can help you make and keep positive, strong connections. Boosting self-esteem. Talk about how positive affirmations can help someone feel better about their own self-worth and motivate them to keep being a good example. Possible problems. Overuse. Be careful not to use the phrase too much so that it stops making sense. Stress how important it is to be authentic and honest in your speech. Misunderstanding. Think about how the phrase could be taken in different ways, depending on the situation and the connection. Explain why it's important to show real gratitude and how phrases like, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me," can have a big effect on relationships. Encourage people to think about the good people in their lives and to show their gratitude in a careful and sincere way. Number 4. I love spending time with you. Expressing love and respect for someone with the phrase, "I love spending time with you," comes from the heart. It shows how valuable and fun it is to share moments and memories with other people. Being able to understand and use this term correctly can make relationships stronger by reaffirming how important it is to be together and connect, how to show affection. This phrase means that the person really likes being with the other person. This is a way to show love and thanks. Makes a connection. By saying how much you value the time you spend with someone, you create a stronger emotional link and strengthen the bond between them. Helps you spend quality time. It talks about how important it is to spend valuable time with people you care about, which can make your relationships happier and more satisfying. Makes communication better. Being honest about these feelings can help people talk to each other better by letting them know how they feel, preventing mistakes and building trust. Makes the relationship official. Saying this over and over can reaffirm how important the friendship is, making the other person feel loved and valued. Makes good experiences possible. Recognizing and enjoying time spent together makes memories and experiences that are good for both of you, which makes the friendship stronger. Helps with emotional health. These kinds of words can make someone feel loved and respected, which can improve their mental health and make their relationship stronger and more caring. Can be used in several situations. This phrase is flexible and can be used in friendships or love relationships to show appreciation for time spent together. Gets people to reciprocate. When you talk about how you feel, the other person may be more likely to share their own thoughts and show appreciation. This can make the relationship more balanced and open, keeps people committed. Telling each other how much you enjoy spending time together on a regular basis shows that you are committed to the relationship and keeping the link strong. Saying, "I love spending time with you," is more than just a sentence. It's a powerful way to build and keep relationships strong. It shows sincere respect for time spent together and strengthens the emotional bond between people. Number 5. You make me so happy. Expressing happiness and gratitude with the words "you make me so happy" is strong and comes from the heart. It means that someone has a good effect on our emotional health. Knowing how to say this in a way that gets your point across can help you build stronger relationships and show how you really feel. Figuring out the feeling. According to the definition, this phrase means that someone's actions, presence, or traits make you very happy. Emotional effects. It makes you realize how important that person is in your life and how good they make you feel. When to use them. Personal relationships. Tell your friends, family, or partner how their help or company makes your life better. Professional settings. Saying this in a professional setting is less common, but it can show respect and make the workplace a better place to be. Languageless cues. Body language. Keep eye contact, smile, and speak in a friendly tone to show that you mean what you say. Gifts or acts of kindness. Sometimes adding a small gift or thoughtful act to your words can make them more powerful. Changes and other options. 2 different ways to say this. You make my life so much better, or you make me so happy. Customizing your expression. Change how you say it based on the connection and the actions or qualities you're praising. Awareness of other cultures. Different meanings. Keep in mind that expressions of happiness and gratitude may be seen differently in different countries. Appropriateness. Make sure that the way you show your happiness fits the situation and the person you're talking to. What real appreciation does for people bonds get stronger. Telling someone often how much they make you happy can strengthen bonds and build trust. Positive reinforcement makes you feel good about the person's acts or presence in your life, which leads to more of them. Saying the words, "that person makes me happy," isn't enough. You also need to be sincere, use the right language, and show support without words. You can make stronger and better relationships with other people if you understand and use these elements. Number 6. I can't imagine my life without you. Saying I can't imagine my life without you is a strong way to show how much you care and love someone. This word shows how important someone is to your happiness and well-being, and how much value they add to your life. People often say this to show love, gratitude, and a deep feeling of connection. Figuring out what this kind of statement means and how it affects others can help relationships and mental bonds grow. Shows deep appreciation. This phrase tells the person how much you value them and how important they are to your life. It shows that you are very thankful for their help and acknowledge their positive impact. Draws attention to emotional dependence. This phrase shows that the other person's presence has made your life much better or changed it in a big way. It shows how much you depend on them emotionally and how much joy they bring into your life. Makes relationships stronger. Sharing these kinds of feelings can make relationships stronger by letting the other person know how important they are. Building stronger ties and a sense of safety and commitment are helped by it. Opens the lines of communication. This phrase can help people talk about their thoughts in an open and honest way. It makes you want to talk about how important the friendship is and how much you value each other. Encourages you to think, why do you feel this way? Thinking about this can help you figure out what you value most in relationships and how to keep those ties strong. Takes note of the effect. It recognizes how the other person has made your life better, whether it's through mental support, friendship, or sharing experiences. Can be used in several situations. This saying is often used in romantic relationships, but it can also be used in friendships, family relationships, or any other important relationship where someone has been very important to you. Sends vulnerability. Saying that you can't picture your life without someone makes you open and vulnerable, which can build trust and closeness in the relationship. Number 7. You're the only one who understands me. You're the only one who gets me is a common way for two people to show that they deeply connect and understand each other. It's a strong feeling that can come up in friendships, relationships, and even times when you feel weak. But this statement also means things that can change how we see ourselves and other people. Being aware of the subtleties of this phrase can help us handle relationships better and see both the good and possibly harmful sides of depending on someone to understand. Feelings of connection. When someone says this, it means they feel deeply connected to another person and are truly seen and heard by them. Building trust and closeness through it can make relationships stronger. Being vulnerable and trust. When someone is feeling weak, they often say, "You're the only one who gets it." When you do this, you can show that you trust the other person and feel safe being honest with them. Being dependent and expectations. Emotional dependence can happen when you count on one person a lot for understanding. It could make you expect too much from the other person, like they should always validate or back you. Miscommunication and talking to each other. This phrase can show that you need to be understood, but it can also show that you aren't talking to other people. Miscommunication can happen when someone feels like no one understands them, which can make them feel alone. The stress of trying to understand. The other person may feel like they have to always understand them in order to live up to the standard. This can be a burden, especially if they can't meet their mental needs, seeing how complicated emotions are. Emotions are complicated, and it's not always possible for someone to fully understand us. Being aware that understanding works both ways and needs constant communication is important. Understanding yourself. Although it's nice to know that other people understand you, it's even more important to learn to understand yourself. Getting too much support from other people can stop you from growing and becoming more self-aware. Setting healthy limits. In relationships where this phrase is often used, it's important to set good limits. Making sure the relationship stays balanced and doesn't rest too much on one person's understanding is important. Growing your network of support. Gathering a larger group of people who can understand is better than depending on just one person. Different people can give you different points of view, which can be helpful and make things easier on your emotions. Empathy and understanding each other. Real knowledge comes from caring about each other and working together. Instead of putting the blame on one person, both sides should work to see things from the other side's point of view. It's important to use this term carefully, so that you don't hurt anyone's feelings, and your relationships stay healthy and balanced. Number 8. We're going to have a future together. Tomorrow will be different depending on the decisions we make today, whether they are personal, professional, or even between thoughts and actions. When we promise to be together in the future, it means that we will work together to reach our goals and build lasting relationships. This promise isn't just about the future. It's also about how we live in the present so that we can build the future. The same goal: make a clear picture of the future that everyone can see. This goal helps everyone stay on track and motivated by acting as a guiding star. Promises to each other. Making a commitment is important. Everyone must have the same amount of interest in making the future come true and help each other through good times and bad. Communication that works. Honest, open conversation is very important. Talk about goals, standards, and any problems that might come up on a regular basis to make sure everyone is on the same page. Being able to adapt and bend. The future is hard to guess. Keep the long-term goal in mind, but be ready to change direction and adapt when needed. Trust building. Trust is the most important thing in any long-term job or relationship. Over time, this trust is built and kept up by actions that are consistent, reliable, and open. Always getting better. Always look for ways to get better. Check in on your progress often, learn from your mistakes, and make any changes that are needed to stay on track for your shared future. Being strong in hard times. Problems are bound to come up. The strength and success of your future will depend on how you face and get through these problems together. Marking important events. Celebrate the big steps you've taken along the way. This not only makes people feel better, but it also makes them more committed to the future. Getting smart together. Enjoy the process of learning together. The things you learn and do will make the connection stronger and better, prepare you for what's to come. View from the long term. Think about the long run. You shouldn't let short-term problems or wins take your attention away from the bigger goal of a shared future. By paying attention to these things, you can build a strong base for a future that is shared, successful, and satisfying for everyone. Number 9. You're so important to me. You're so important to me is a very powerful phrase to use in any relationship, personal or business. This saying means that you value someone very much, and that their actions, thoughts, and feelings are very important to you. Saying this can strengthen relationships, build trust, and lead to a stronger connection. It's important to know what these things mean, and when and how to say them, in order to keep relationships healthy and happy. Taking note of the value. Seeing how important someone is in your life makes them feel valued and appreciated. It lets them know that you see and value their work, no matter how small. Making bonds stronger. Telling someone how much you care about them on a regular basis makes your mental bonds stronger. It builds relationships on trust and respect for each other. Trust building. It builds trust when you tell someone you care about them. They are safe in the relationship because they know they are important and not being ignored. Aiming for open communication. You can have more honest and open conversations with them if you let them know how important they are. It makes the other person feel like they are heard and respected when they talk about their feelings and thoughts. Help with emotions. Letting someone know you care about them can be a big boost to their mood, especially when things are hard. It lets them know you are there for them and that they are not alone. Getting more self-esteem. Giving someone praise can make them feel better about themselves and give them more confidence. It helps them understand how valuable they are and how much they improve your life. Improving the happiness in your relationship. Telling someone how much you care about them makes the friendship more satisfying overall. Either way, it makes both people feel more connected and fulfilled. Setting up a good environment. Telling someone how much you care about them on a regular basis helps create a positive and caring setting. It makes both people in the relationship feel love, thanks, and happiness, while you should give back. People are more likely to feel the same way about you if they know you value them. This appreciation for each other can start a circle of giving and getting help and care. Growth as a person. Realizing and telling other people how important they are to you can help you grow as a person. It shows compassion, thanks, and how important it is to connect with other people. Number 10. I've never felt this way about anyone before. It can be both exciting and stressful to feel something deep and new for someone. To say, I've never felt this way about anyone before, means that you have a strong emotional bond that is different from other times. This could mean that you're in love, a crush, or a strong interest that feels one of a kind. Being aware as you experience these feelings is important, because they can have a big effect on your actions and thoughts. Recognize the uniqueness. Be aware that this feeling is different from others you've had. There's a chance for you to grow or start a new part of your mental journey. Think about the source. Spend some time trying to figure out why this person makes you feel so strongly. Is it something about them, their shared beliefs, or something else? Openly communication. If it's okay, tell the person how you feel. Being honest with each other can help you understand how you feel and strengthen your relationship. Stay grounded. Strong feelings can make it hard to make good decisions. Make sure you're not overstating the case or the person, and try to keep things in perspective. Explore your feelings. To do this, write in a notebook, meditate, or talk to a friend you trust. This can help you figure out what to do next and better understand them. Think about the future. Feel these feelings. Think about how they fit into your life and plans for the future. Are they guiding you towards something good, or could they be getting in the way of your goals? Allow yourself some time. We understand if you feel uncertain or lost. Don't make any choices right away. Give yourself time to deal with these new feelings. You should respect both your own and their boundaries. When people are feeling strongly, they might cross limits, so it's important to be polite. Accept vulnerability. Being open to feeling something new often means being open to being hurt. Accept this as a way to meet and grow. Learn from the experience. No matter where these feelings take you, use them to find out more about yourself, your wants, and your mental needs. Going through this emotional journey can be life-changing. You can grow as a person and maybe even make a deep bond with someone special. If you handle it with care and awareness. Number 11. I'm working on myself for us. I'm working on myself for us is a strong statement that shows a dedication to personal growth, not only for one's own good, but also for the good of relationships and the people in them. This way of thinking recognizes that the work you put into improving yourself has a direct effect on the quality of your relationships with other people. For example, you should know that being stronger, more self-aware, and emotionally intelligent will make your connections better, making them healthier and more satisfying. Self-awareness and thinking about it. Know your weaknesses, skills, and what sets you off. Regularly thinking about yourself helps you see where you need to improve and grow, which is good for you and your relationships in the long run. Having emotional intelligence. Learn how to spot, understand, and control your own emotions and the emotions of other people. This skill helps people talk to each other, understand each other, and solve problems. Healthy ways to talk. Work on getting better at how you talk and listen to others. Communication that is clear, honest, and respectful builds relationships and keeps people from misunderstood each other. Setting limits and following them. Learn to set good limits for yourself and others, and honor those limits. For keeping mutual respect and avoiding anger, this is a must. Getting better at understanding and patience. Try to be more gentle and understanding with other people and yourself. It takes time to grow as a person, and showing others this grace makes your relationships better. Building resilience. Learn to be resilient so you can deal with problems and failures. Not only does having a strong mindset help you get back on your feet, but it also makes your relationships more stable and supportive. Commitment to growth. All the time, accept the idea that growing as a person is a constant process. Make a promise to learn, grow, and change, not just for yourself, but also for the good of those around you. Choosing to be positive. Make an effort to keep a positive mood. It can spread and make other people feel better. A supportive and encouraging setting is created by being positive. Taking care of yourself and your health, put your physical, social, and emotional health first. By taking care of yourself, you make sure you have the energy and skills to make your interactions better, giving others strength through your growth. Know this: as you grow, you can encourage and assist others to do the same. Your journey to become a better person can inspire and guide those around you. Selflessly working on yourself for the sake of your relationships is a journey that gives you power. It's about understanding that growing as a person can help you build stronger, healthier, and more meaningful relationships with other people. By always trying to be the best version of yourself, you not only make your own life better, but you also make the lives of the people you care about better.